Crunch Time
with Ryan Kordziel.
It's Crunch Time.
Unbelievable.
This is Kordziel Krunch
with Ryan Kordziel.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Kordziel Krunch. In 1980, the Winter Olympics were in full swing at Lake Placid. Hockey, in particular, was a focal point of this Olympics.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
The Soviet Union hockey team was 27-1-1 over the previous 4 Olympics and had outscored their opponents 175-44, including 28-7 against the United States in that time period. While professional players were technically not allowed in Olympic play, the Soviet Union had found a loophole where full-time athletes would be hired by companies who would then sponsor a hockey team, considered an after-hours social activity for their employees. The American team, however, consisted of 20 players, only one of whom returned from the 1976 Games. The average age of the American team was 21, the youngest team ever to play in an Olympics. In addition to the sports rivalry, this game was also different due to the climate of the day. Many people in the United States saw this as not just a hockey game. This was America versus the Soviets. This was a group of 20-somethings, college-age kids, playing against a legitimate professional hockey team. The New York Times sports writer Dave Anderson wrote at the time, "Unless the ice melts, or unless the United States team or another team performs a miracle, as did the American squad in 1960, the Russians are expected to easily win the Olympic gold medal for the 6th time in the last 7 tournaments." In the first period, the United States fell behind early when forward Vladimir Krutov deflected a slap shot from Alexei Kasatonov.
Blue line, the Americans doing that well thus far against the Soviets. Buzz Schneider losing it out to the point. Slap shot, and it was deflected in from the point. The Soviet Union takes a 1-0 lead.
Not too much later, however, American left winger Buzz Schneider slapped a 50-foot shot into the goal to tie the game at 1 apiece.
Taking it away from the U.S. Pavlich up ahead to Schneider. Slap shot goes in! Buzz Schneider!
But 3 minutes later, the Soviets struck back when right winger Sergei Makarov smacked a goal past Jim Craig to take a 2-1 lead.
Golikov, number 23, leaving it for Makarov. He's trying to get it back to Golikov, then gets it back and scores! Deflected off.
After this, American goalie Jim Craig's play improved dramatically as he turned away several Soviet shots on goal. As the first period ended, forward Dave Christian fired a slap shot. Soviet goalie Vladislav Tatriak blocked the shot, but misplayed the rebound as the puck bounced in front of him. Center Mark Johnson sliced through 2 Soviet defenders and fired a shot into the goal to tie the game at 2, with 1 second left in the period.
It's been changed. They've given the goal, as we saw in the replay, to Krutov for the Soviet Union. That made it 1-0. Long shot, the easy save by Tretiak, but Johnson is there and scores with 1 second to play in the period. Right now, the clock shows nothing.
The goal was not confirmed at first, however, and was only confirmed upon replay when both teams had already left for the locker room. In the second period, the game cooled down quite a bit, as the only score was a power play goal by forward Alexander Maltsev to give the Soviets a 3-2 lead.
Baker losing it, Krutov up ahead to Maltsev on a breakaway. Maltsev gets it by Craig to give the Soviets the lead.
This was the last score for the Soviet Union. In the third period, the Americans got a power play opportunity as Vladimir Krutov was sent to the penalty box for high sticking. New Soviet goaltender Vladimir Mishkin stopped Mike Ramsey's shot, and left winger and captain Mike Eruzione fired a shot wide. As the power play was drawing to a close, Dave Silk was knocked onto the ice and the puck slid over to Mark Johnson, who fired it into the goal to tie the game at 3.
Power play opportunity, 13 seconds left in the penalty. Weak shot again, followed by Johnson, they score!
Not too much later, Mark Pavlich launched a shot over to a defenseless Mike Eruzione, who punched it into the goal to give Team USA their first lead of the game.
U.S. team is depending a little bit too much now on Jim Craig. He's making too many good saves.
Eruzione! Mike Eruzione!
The Soviets began to panic with just 10 minutes remaining in the game, but couldn't get anything done as the time quickly wound down. Jim Craig kicked away Petrov's shot with 33 seconds left in the game, which set off a crazy scramble for the puck, ending when Mark Johnson passed it to Ken Morrow.
Now Petrov controls, back to Varlamov, skating in on the left side. Into the American end, 55 seconds, but Mikhailov has the puck. Mikhailov sweeping in, out in front, backhander goes wide. I think Craig might have got just a piece of it. Mikhailov, back out to Ilya Legendov. 43 seconds remaining. Morrow, checked into the boards, it comes back to center ice. 37 seconds left in the game. Petrov with it, the Americans on top, 4-3. Long shot, Craig able to get a piece of it to sweep it away. 28 seconds. The crowd going insane. Varlamov shooting it into the American end again. Morrow is back there. Now Johnson, 19 seconds. Johnson over to Ramsey. Ilya Legendov gets checked by Ramsey. McClanahan is there. The puck is still loose. 11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
The Miracle on Ice is one of the greatest upsets in sports history. 13 American players went on to play in the NHL, and the entire team was inducted into the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. In 2005, the arena where the game took place was renamed Herb Brooks Arena after the coach. Al Michaels' call of the game's final minutes has been ranked as the greatest broadcasting call of all time by Bleacher Report, NBC Sports, the New York Post, and so many other places. For his part, Michaels is still surprised that they consider him part of the team to this day.
Players consider me, and it's always astonished me that I'm like I'm like part of the team, and they've invited me to certain affairs when they'll all get together, and nobody else gets invited from the outside. And I'm thankful for all of that. I always thought, hey guys, you did it. You wrote that script. I mean, I came up with the words, but the script was yours. You put it together. You put me in a position to say something like that. And I'm thrilled for them, because what it's done is it's created a situation where, as great as this event is, and this event would have lived no matter what I had said at the end. I mean, this would have been clearly one of the things that people would have remembered for the rest of their lives.
That'll wrap up this episode of Kordziel Krunch. Join us next week when I take a look at some more iconic moments in sports history. For Kordziel Krunch, I'm Ryan Kordziel. Thanks for listening.
Kordziel Krunch.
With Ryan Kordziel.
Ryan Kordziel. Crunch time.